So there's Pasha right at the end, just seeing the scouts, trying to play those long-range shots, which are so favorable with the USP. Not really connecting just yet. There's some nice tagging onto Rush. Snacks, in the meanwhile, was actually going to take down Mixwell, who was trying to flank around the A side of the map here. This really cuts off OpTic's options. They have to force through a new opening right now, which is through that window, and back towards A perhaps for OpTic. They're really struggling to get something going. Another trade coming in here. 2 versus 3 now for them as they try to find a bomb site to commit to. It's going to be B, and Pasha is going to be finding the bomb there. Just enough left to try to save things against 3 players. He's got some time and the bomb. This is a workable spot, and he takes down Pasha.
It's made life a lot more easy for himself. Spots one player. Not sure if he spotted both players in that connector area. Still dueling with Bialy, a bit more damage done. Not willing to give things up just yet. He's got 12 bullets left, make it 13. Goes for the fake, trying to even out the numbers somewhat. But he can't do it just yet. There's a kit on Bialy, and it's close to the site anyway, so it might not matter. Now looking for the trade frag, and there he is. Snacks goes down immediately. Knows where Bialy is, and there he goes as well. 2 headshots, and OpTic get off to the start that they needed.
To keep themselves in this, and Pasha is close by the wall. Bialy gets a defense going, taking down Tarek. They know what's going on. Can the rotation get there in time? Can they buy enough time for that rotation?
Neo is streaming in through the door. His teammate's gone down, but he'll be there soon to replace him. Behind the smoke. Oh, that's a nice angle. Not sure how much will be spotted there. Mixwell seen. Can they get anything though? Doesn't see Rush crossing to the site. Bomb's going to get planted. Snacks is here as well, but this will not be easy for Virtus Pro. But again, OpTic, they're all maimed. They're all heavily maimed. Can they finish them off?
Look how low the health is. It's ridiculous. It's a real chance here for Neo and Snacks, but again, no kit. So they're going to have to get this done pretty quickly. First frag coming in. Neo spotted. Neo tagged down to 13. Very weak. Snacks there now providing support with the AWP. Going to be hard to hit these shots, though. And that's Neo dead. Snacks knows he has to go for the M4. Nice! Taps down Stanislaw. So will Pasha spot something here? Because we have a lot of OpTic players slowly but surely moving forwards there. Oh, bit of spam through the smoke. Oh no! Mixwell doesn't need any traces. Just shoots Pasha down. Here's how close he was. Gets us follow-up entry onto Neo. Things looking very bad for Virtus Pro. Let's not forget, they just won a round. This could not go any worse for them.
This is a save. This has to be a save already. They can't retake this. They can't afford to retake it. Took 2 players down. It was just the one, but here we go. Early pressure from OpTic. Lovely flash. Neo caught no man's land. Tries to trade though. 2 men for him. No headshots. And there's Patch with well. Bump spot. Full rotation. Trade from Stanislaw though. Man advantage for Virtus Pro. 2 players on the site. Snacks moving in as well, but he may not be there for a while.
Yeah, Stanislaw just scanning the angles, trying to see if there's any Virtus Pro players close, but they're holding position. They know the bomb has to go down. Trying to keep it safe, trying to keep the frags tradable, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Taz is there, wins the battle against Stanislaw. Mix 1 and 1 versus 3. AWP close range, not going to happen. Snacks at a distance with the AWP of his Snacks is so good at playing these angles. There's number 1, smoked away from another by Danger, and quickly OpTic know they have to move. They're cautious to try to block off Snacks with additional smoke grenades as they get themselves onto that bomb site. Now a 3 versus 4. Snacks picking up another one, causing issues. They're stuck on the bomb site pretty much. This is getting really interesting. They can't take the optimal positions here, and Virtus Pro are just trying to coordinate themselves now from multiple positions. This will be tough for OpTic.
They don't have any map control, OpTic Gaming, but they have a few smokes. That's 20 seconds basically being wasted. Maybe that Virtus Pro can't afford. Force to push through the smoke. Snacks is barrel gets away. Runs to the free fire. Down he goes. Back down in the meantime. Nice 180 by him. Rush through everyone! What a round by him! That was a chance for Virtus Pro, but Rush destroys Virtus Pro. But on the CT side, that will be a tall order. A fast play coming in from OpTic, and they've got themselves jammed. A slow movement into the Strapite ability. 2-man spray down for Pasha as well. The garden hose is out. Snacks putting in more work. There may be no kills for OpTic in this run. What a response by Virtus Pro.
So they put Snacks in the right place at the right time, but how much damage can Rush do here? Another frag for him. A team kill as well puts Virtus Pro down to 3 members, but
what do OpTic do in this situation?
Love the proactive play from Virtus Pro. It's very hard to do on this map, but it's going to result in the end in drops of control for OpTic, but not for long. The Snacks brings a grenade into play.
Snacks here's the jump. Oh, he misses that shot. That's a rare miss. But he's got the information. You know, 2 of the 3 players are over towards the A bomb site. Taz taken down from the back. Rush running distraction there. And there is the AWP as well. So this round is turning around. Rush smoking off the choke point, allowing his teammate to plant the bomb. He'll focus on the balcony. Both CTs coming from connector. How do they retake this?
And Neo and Pasha both coming indeed from that connector position. It's never easy when everyone's coming from the same direction. for the CT side on this retake situation. And Naf has a great position there of Rush, almost a crossfire situation going on. You can hear the sounds. Naf catches both, doesn't even need Rush's help.
We will see. Maybe OpTic won't give them the chance though. 3 players very aggressive towards A.
Yeah, this is a really cool setup. Close range for the USPs. Crossfire comes in. Oh, Naf's going for the body shots. And that's not going to help out too much. Mixwell was there to clean up one of the frags. But it's a 3 versus 3 here. Chaos. And look at that position that we see Pasha finding himself in. He's gone to connector. Stanislaw, though, with quite an unexpected position, picks up a kill. But more importantly, he finds out where the bomb is going. And Tarek is now the man to stop it. 1 versus 1, that's the bomb. And that spells problems for Pasha, but he's managed to make it into 1 versus 1. It's all to play for.
There's time for the duel as well. Oh, please, Pasha.
Abandoning any efforts towards A, and indeed actually bringing everything in towards B, which is where Tarek is. Tarek can actually win the round here if he gets a couple really good shots. There's one, taking down Taz before he gets close. Rush in the meantime, and Napol chiming in with frags of their own. Problems here for Virtus.pro.
2 players remain, but Pasha with that AK, he's got a lot of work to do. He needs to clean up this mess. OpTic, they're all spread out at the moment, and they don't have a diffuse kit, and with the damage done to Mixwell and Nafly, I do wonder what they're going to go for, but Mixwell's in a very forward position, so what they've got to lose. 2 digs, the B shots coming in, Neo must deliver, this is the first one, the flames will force him forwards, and there go all the Virtus.pro players. Snax is still in a position to throw a fake. Nafly with the off angle, this is the usual angle people hold. No just yet, though, when there are 30 seconds left. They've made the wrong play, OpTic. They are on the wrong side of the map.
So they have to continue to use grenades and utility here to force him back, and it's working, but almost fadeaway spot shot in there from Mixwell. Keeps the dream alive on the defense, but that dream will be shattered here. Just Rush to save it.
No one in position to trade on that kill, but finally Rush goes down, but the CTs keep streaming in. No time to plant a bomb. Oh, Snax flying through the air, but the trades will go down to the last man, down to Pasha.
This is going to be convincing. In goes Virtus into the drop, and the split's on.
Tarek got nice support from Nafly, so no kills just yet for Virtus.pro. In fact, there's only 2 of them left. Taz in the smoke, has no idea where he is, but how much work can he do? He's with his teammate. They're both on the side. They've been heard, and there goes Taz, there goes Barley as well. We have an AWP crossfire setup on the B bomb site, which may not pay off for OpTic, as indeed, here comes the push, but here come the frags for the CT side. Nothing but blue almost in the kill feed. Pasha and Barley remain, both towards A.
This is looking really bad. Really bad. Barley's taken out by a grenade, leaving Pasha alone. 30 seconds on the clock in the open, and taken down.
So you see Tarek just holding the angle towards B for the time being. The Virtus.pro continue their march. Stanislaw now will hear some footsteps being coming through. There's Neo, trade from Bayali. Now there's more rotation coming in for the CT.
Mixwell, great position, finds the shot onto Pasha. The bomb is marching its way forwards. Mixwell with a whiff there, and a second one. That's not going to pay off at all for OpTic here. They're in a bit of a problem now, as they've got Rush pushing by the APC. He's waiting for Tarek to get into a position with his AWP behind him to be able to support his push as he edges his way around these angles. Nice smoke there. Gives Taz more room to play with, but no. Rush still with the frag. Snax has to trade now with the AWP and no one to support him. And the smoke down on the bomb. This is definitely somewhat awkward. What? Snax through the smoke. Oh man, great gut instinct there from Snax.
My question is, how much time will Virtus.pro leave themselves once they choose to push a site? But there is a push almost coming in from these CTs. The Molotov, they will hear that fire being connected, but Mixwell will connect with the Deagle. That's the most important thing. And Stanislaw's not made himself known just yet. Taz backing off for now, but there could be a trade there later on.
Oh man, I so saw that happening. Mixwell with that second frag maybe, but no. Stanislaw, he wants to look in, he wants some info. Oh, there's some info for you. Taz's AK-47 in your face. 2 versus 4 now. OpTic in dire straits. Of course, Virtus.pro, they're going with the rotation after that last frag. They know the A bomb site is up for free, and they will take it. Taz not spotting the leg step through the grate, through the vent, but he's got a great position, and they know exactly where the CT is coming from. Easy frag onto Tarek. Rush, he's got a 1 versus 4. He's got, at least he's got a kip, James, but he's only got a 5-7, and he's got no friends.
Never say only when it's a 5-7, Dan. That's for sure. Well, he's dead now, Dad. 16-13, Virtus.pro win their first match of the first major of 2017. Lovely stuff by the Pulse.